Fellow crew members, I am making this video appearance to you as a poor substitute for a face-to-face talk, which is what I would much rather do. Today, I'm announcing that I am taking a leave of absence from Atlas Air effective July 2008. Accordingly, I will be stepping down as your captain representative and MEC chairman on May 6th upon completion of the ALPA Spring Executive Board meeting. In accordance with the ALPA Constitution bylaws, Vice Chairman John Caputo will then become acting MEC Chairman, and Secretary-Treasurer Tom Lowe will acquire the duties of Vice Chairman along with his current duties. In my tenure as your MEC Chairman, working closely with Vice Chairman John Caputo, Secretary-Treasurer Tom Lowe, and the previous Secretary-Treasurers Greg Bergault and Phil Fisher, I have strived to represent you with honor and integrity, having the goal of improving our situation here at Atlas. While we've had some successes and many goals we've worked on have been achieved, we know that a greater potential has yet to be reached. Today, as we face an industry that has seen 3 airline shutdowns in the last several weeks with more to come, a mega merger recently announced, and others to follow, and so many pilots uncertain of their future, I stand here before you and ask you that you join me to look at just a few of the successes we've accomplished for you as an MEC. We've had substantial increases in our W-2 over my term, double-digit pay raises during a Chapter 11 bankruptcy, a first in ALPA's history. We organized the first successful secondary strike in ALPA's history, and by having a federal court uphold our no-strike language, we won the possibility for all carriers to gain the right to not cross a picket line. A major victory made possible only by your outstanding professionalism. Battle Stars, proof to the world of the integrity and professionalism of every Atlas pilot. Vindicating win on the scab lawsuit when the ADR board cleared every Atlas pilot of the baseless charges against them. The persistence to convince the company that we not only wanted, but we needed to be included in the process of finding solutions to problems. The rising level of respect we've enjoyed as trade unionists, and the fact that we have won victories outside the normal negotiating process, despite the current union situation, has not gone unnoticed by ALPA staff, other carriers, and other unions. And I could go on and on. As you know, these gains were hard fought. We have seen that constant, irrational, and controversial combativeness produces failure and lost jobs. We've proven that persistent, persuasive dialogue can and will bring about needed change. Do not buy into the headlines-catching airline bashing that only plays well in the crew rooms, but not the boardrooms. The reasonable and effective course is one I hope you will insist be continued by your next new leadership. The process of selecting my replacement is spelled out in the ALPA Constitution and bylaws and will begin shortly. It's important for you to remember that we, your MEC officers and the committee members who represent you, are not just people doing jobs, but we are all a close-knit family and we will remain so. Whomever you choose to replace me should be someone who understands and can work seamlessly with the team. There's too much at stake for you to do anything less. I will work closely with John and Tom, as we always have, to ensure the transition is seamless and have committed to be available at any time. Our committees that have served you in the past will continue to serve you in the future, but with added responsibility to support the 2 members of the MEC until the elections are concluded. There is never a perfect time to take a step like this, but I want to assure you that this is a logical and most opportune time. The PID process has held us in virtual limbo and has now placed us 2 years past our amendable date for contract negotiations. Every time this date has been extended, our quality of life suffers a bit more. I did not want to leave until this contract settled one way or the other. However, the continued delays and outside events have brought me to a point where I had to make this decision. Crew members, I encourage you to become more engaged in the process. Work with and support your MEC, negotiating committees, and your other committees. They put forth tremendous amounts of effort and considerable amounts of personal time to make your life better, but they can't do it alone. I also encourage you to mend those fences with fellow Polar crew members, for together you will strengthen each other. Forgiveness will also be an essential ingredient to safely flying together. Find common ground, common goals, and common values. One goal of a good union leader is to make sure that opportunities and jobs are added, not lost. We find ourselves one of the very few growing dynamic councils within ALPA. I am proud to have been a part of our transition from the early days to the express service and ACMI giant we are becoming today. With the pending arrival of the 800s, as well as a possibility of tankers and different airframes in the future, Our future looks bright. Combine that with our working relationship with management and the continuation of strong, steady leadership from John and Tom and your new captain representative, the future for our crew members will be secure. It has truly been a privilege that you have allowed me to serve you over the last 9 years, and I thank you, and I look forward to our future. And I will close tonight as I do so many times in the past 9 years. Fly safe.